Pure potential mode. How to survive and thrive in everyday situations and find your true potential. Welcome to PPM. What is PPM? It is pure potential mode. This channel is about helping you to find yourself in pure potential mode. What is it? How does it work? Pure potential mode is, in a nutshell, your understanding that you only have control over the situation and the moment that you are in right now. You have absolutely no control of the outcome of the ultimate result. In fact, if you focus on that result, the steps along the way will not be taken properly and the result will not be what it was intended to be. You need to focus on being in the moment, doing what you can with everything you've got. 100% authenticity, the energy, the commitment, the passion, all of those things that you know this moment deserve, that is what you need to do. Focus on the now. Focus on doing what you can right now and the result will most certainly take care of itself. That is true pure potential mode. When you are only concerned about doing the very best you can right now in this moment, and you let the results take care of themselves. Because that essentially is how it works. That is all we have control over. We have no control of the ultimate outcome. If we spend all of our time fixated on the goal, focusing only on the end result, the chances are we will miss so many opportunities that present themselves along the way. So what you need to do is find yourself in pure potential mode. Let's break down the phrase pure potential mode. Pure alludes to many things: fresh, clean, authentic, 100%, genuine, absolute. Potential makes you think talent, capacity, ability, future. And then mode speaks to the method, to the system that you use, the style with which you are going to do what you do. So what do they mean when we put them together? Pure potential mode is having a clear, fresh mind, seeing the possibilities, seeing a way forward, and then having a method and a system in place to allow those possibilities to become real, to materialize, to become the eventuality that you had in mind. It is you doing what you do every single day and letting the results take care of themselves. Do what you do with passion, energy, commitment, enthusiasm, all of those lovely words we like to use, and the result will take care of itself. I'm going to give you an example of how this worked for me. It's a deeply, deeply personal example, but I feel like it's the most accurate example as to how this works, number one, and number two, why I believe so passionately in pure potential mode. I'm going to take you back to the date 1 July 2018, almost 5 years ago. And I'm going to tell you that I had a conversation with my brother at a breakfast table just a couple of hours before I was about to go into rehab. Broken, very afraid, with absolutely no idea what my future looked like. None. I had a very, very promising career. I was doing well. I was happy until I wasn't. And then the addiction took control. And I found myself at this place, lost, alone, scared. And I was about 2 hours from going into rehab. Sat down at a breakfast table with my brother, my mom, my daughter, my son. They all sat with me. None of them knew what the journey was going to look like. They only knew that they hoped it would work. My brother, on the other hand, had a very, very profound sense of what I needed to do to make the journey work. And that was, I needed to drop everything I thought I knew. Do not go into rehab with an absolute idea of how it was going to end up. Go in with an open mind, an open heart, and let the process take care of itself. Because it will. The process will take care of itself. I had no idea what he was saying in the moment, but I did know that in the state that I was in, I couldn't make any other decision. I had to make the decision to let this process take over. And all I could do in the process was be present, be in the moment, see what was happening, allow it to happen, take one small step forward each day, and then hopefully, in that situation anyway, I would end up where I wanted to be. So go forward a couple of hours. I'm now standing at the doors of the rehab. The first thing I need to do is take the first step, and I have control over this, so I'm going to take control of this step, and I'm going to walk into rehab. That's all I can do right now. That's frightening. I was scared, very scared. I wasn't alone, but I was alone, and I was broken. I didn't know how to do anything else other than to take the first step. Once I took the first step, I then had to fill in the forms. I filled in the forms. I focused only on those forms, being as truthful as I possibly could, as open as I possibly could in the moment, hoping that what I was doing would lead me in the right direction. Then I stopped thinking about the right direction, because the next thing that happened was this lovely, lovely, beautiful lady walked over to me. She was about yay tall. She grabbed my hand and held me with real warmth. Took my blood pressure, took my pulse, looked at me, smiled, the biggest smile, and said, "It's going to be okay. It really is going to be okay." I was in that moment and I said, "Well, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that looks like, but I believe you. I really do believe you." I let that moment take care of itself. She then led me to my room, which I was sharing with a young guy, an amazing young guy who had a profound effect on me, which is another story I will tell you in another video, because I will be expanding on the story at great length, because it is something I know works. And I know the story might just help somebody, one person. I walked into the room, I got comfortable, I knew nothing about what was going to happen. I fell asleep that evening with the possibility of tomorrow being the most difficult day of my life or the most simple day of my life. I had no idea. But I did know that because my brother told me to, I was going to get up tomorrow morning and I was going to be open to the possibility that it was going to be a good day and a good first day. I got up the next morning, I brushed my teeth, combed my hair, and I walked out the door to face what was coming. I took one step, I took another step, I took another step, became 3 days, became 5 days, became a week, and these days repeated. And every single day I just got up and said, I'm only going to do today what I can do today about getting better and about arriving at a place that I want to be at eventually. I had no idea where that place would be. But I'm going to reach into my pocket and I'm going to open up my phone, because I've got a sober app that I started using the day I finished rehab. So I entered all of my details into the sober app, and I thought, the old adage, 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time if you have to. It doesn't matter what you do to survive this minute, but that's all you need to do. Survive now, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day. I'm going to look at the app now and tell you that I am 1,752 days sober. 1 day at a time. 1,752 days where I've just got up in the morning, dealt with the situation in front of me, and I'm here. I've got absolutely no idea how I am where I am right now. But I'll tell you this. I no longer live in the same country. I am exploring avenues that I never even knew existed. I'm married to the love of my life, which I never saw coming. My life has changed 1,000% since I walked into rehab those 5 years ago. Now, this is not about rehab. This is simply an example of how pure potential mode works. I didn't even know I was doing it at the time. I only knew I had no control of the outcome, of the result. I only had control of the moment that I was in right now. That is pure potential mode. Allowing the result to take care of itself because I've done everything I need to do in the moment. Now, that's a deeply personal experience and a story that like I said, I will tell you more about as we go. But to make it more practical and more simple, because not everybody's going to be in that situation. If you're writing a song, I'm going to give you a very good example of how this works. If you go into the studio, if you're a songwriter, an amateur songwriter, a professional songwriter, whatever the case may be, you go into the studio and you say to yourself, I'm going to write A #1 song that is still going to be sung by thousands of people around the world every single day over 100 years from today. I'll tell you what's going to happen, and I'm sorry to tell you, if you don't already know, you're going to probably write a song that nobody wants to hear, because you are writing with this incredibly lofty goal without actually focusing on the song itself. You're going to write it, writing things that you think people want to hear, think people will sing along to, think will translate over time. I'm going to tell you a story about a young kindergarten teacher who over 100 years ago wrote a song called Good Morning. You've never heard it, have you? No, you have. The song became Happy Birthday to You, the most sung song in the world today, and has been for over 100 years. Happy Birthday to You was written as Good Morning to You, Good Morning to You. She wrote that as a little ditty to entertain her class in the morning when they started the day. They would all sing, Good morning to you, good morning to you. Somebody heard that lyric and decided that the words happy birthday could fit in there brilliantly, did that, and the song today is the most sung song in the world and will continue to be for hundreds of years to come. She did not get up that morning and say, I'm going to write a song that people will be singing in 122, 150, 181 years. She wrote a song to entertain her little class, her little kindergarten class. She wrote that song so that they would be able to start the day with something positive, something energetic, and then we'll learn a little bit about life and about melody and all of those types of things. That is true, pure potential. She focused on the task at hand, did what she needed to do, and then it took control of itself. Yes, you have to have plans. Of course you have to have plans. You have to have a goal. You have to have a result somewhere in the back of your mind. Oh, I would love for that to be the case. If the goal is money, then fine. If the goal is a yacht, then fine. If a goal is happiness, then fine. But you can't focus on, today I'm going to be happy. Today I'm going to make lots of money. That is talking about the result, and it's pointless. You have to get up tomorrow morning and do what you do with absolute authenticity, honesty, integrity, passion, energy. I could keep doing this all day. I have loads of words I could insert here. But the truth is, do whatever you do, and the result will take care of itself. The result will take care of itself. That is pure potential mode. Oh, and by the way, that is exactly what I'm going to be doing on this channel. Giving you tips, life hacks, if you will, on how to survive and thrive in everyday given situations and find your true potential. To step into worlds you might be scared of. To do things that might be outside of what you think you are capable of doing. Give you tips and tricks and life hacks on how to deal with certain situations that come up in everyday life, but will make you understand that your potential is far greater than you think it is right now, because we have no idea of our own potential. That's the thing. Right now, what you are watching and what you are seeing is me living in pure potential mode. I'm doing this video. It's going to be up on YouTube. I'm going to send it to 1 or 2 people. I'm going to send a few links around the world to people who I think might benefit from hearing this and being part of a channel like this. It, however, is then going to take care of itself. It's going to find you. You might send it to somebody. That somebody might love the message or the energy or the thought. Send it on to a group of people. That group of people might subscribe and then love the next video I do, which will be probably at the end of the week or next week or tomorrow. I have no idea. I'm just following my instinct and getting up every single day, and I'm going to be true to this lifestyle, pure potential mode. This channel will go and end up where it's meant to end up. I have absolute conviction and absolute belief in the fact that this message and this chat that you and I are having right now will land up where it needs to land up. It will end where it needs to end. I'm going to do this. Whether one person loves it or thousands of people love it, it's not going to make any difference. I'm going to put this into the universe and it will land where it needs to land, where it's supposed to land. So here's the thing. Life. We all have to do it. I mean, that's a given. We all have to do this thing. called life. But maybe, just maybe, if we help each other, if we do these things every day, and if one of those things is helping each other, we might be able to do this thing called life just a little better. Smile a bit more, be a little kinder, be a little softer, love a little more, be loved a little more. Allow for that potential, by the way, because very often people don't believe that they deserve that love that they're getting. Allow for that potential. I did, and believe me, it's worked. It worked for me. It's working right now as I'm standing here. Is this a one-size-fits-all? No. What it is, though, is a way for me to tell you that your true, pure potential is out there. Wherever you are standing right now, if you're stuck, if you think you can't move forward, this could be the way. So if you feel that this is something you want to be part of, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, put your notifications on, make sure that every single video that I do gets to you so that you can be part of this family, part of this tribe of people who are trying to find their true potential. Because the truth is, no matter what you are doing right now, no matter what stage you are in your own life, right now, your true potential is ahead of you. You are not in it right now. No matter how well you're doing, there's more. There is more that you can do. You are capable of more. You are capable of bigger. You are capable of more happiness, more smiles. You are capable of so much more than you believe. This is Pure Potential Mode. My name is Dwayne, and welcome to the journey as it starts right now.